There's some love in that right there. I mean, everything about how he moves, I think is very well done. Look at that sort of gait he has atop his horse. I'm just really happy with how this guy looks. Blizzard's been putting out a lot of heroes recently, and I wouldn't be surprised if some of them sort of, in the speed they create them, lack some quality, but this is actually, I mean, he doesn't look plastic. He looks really good. He has a very unique movement to him, which is very important for that silhouette you need in games like this in Overwatch, to make sure you can tell what character's coming at you, regardless of what skin they're wearing. So let's see what our damage is. Alright, 98 in attack. Let's get more of a feel for our stutter. I know, someone out here is losing their mind because I left that orb. I apologize. I don't need it at the moment. So decent attack speed. Range. He is ranged. That was a little confusing to me based on the videos there. Attack damage, 115. 115? Oh, no. Ah. Oh! Block. Block out of Arthas, probably. That was the 2 charges. Oh! Oh, right. He has armor now. Physical resistance. That's right. These characters have armor now. And the armor is only on Greymane. Greymane has full armor. 10% damage reduction while inside of Worgen form. Anub'arak got spell armor. 25% ability reduction all the time. From the get-go. And then Arthas got... There he is. 15. So that'd be 15%. I do like the Greymane a lot. And the people they gave armor to, I think it is a great addition to those heroes. Those heroes need a little bit of help. Of course, with the Anub'arak, they took away that 200 some odd health. And that's a pretty big bummer. When he could just use a little bit of love, right? Anub'arak should have maybe more health than a Greymane. We're adding a lot of splash damage characters, like Ragnaros. We're adding well, actually, Ragnaros would suffer a little bit because his healing is based on the damage he dealt, right? So, this damage negation would help out against things like Alarak, whose Spell Surge heals based off the amount of damage it actually does to the character, 75% there. Whereas something like Leoric, he won't be affected, and Gul'dan won't be affected, because they heal a flat amount. It's not based on... Here it's a percent base, but it's not based on the actual damage you do to the enemy. Plus, Strain Hope does pure damage, as we've learned recently. But Gul'dan is one of those cases where the damage is already laid out, and here's the set amount of healing that it's going to be. Clunk, 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 clunk. Actually, that you can go a little bit faster. He's pretty good at that. That's pretty good DPS. 1,951 health. Not bad. He is mana-based. Grievous Throw. Cooldown 8 seconds, 50 mana. Zul'jin throws an axe forward, dealing 130 damage to the first 2 enemies it hits, and marking them for 8 seconds. Enemies hit. Or marked enemies take 50% bonus damage from Zul'jin for the next 3 basic attacks against them. So first enemy in a line. That's good. So I would be able to do that for Merking. Cool. Of course, I won't be able to fire through lanes like Chromie can do. I'm going to have to make sure that that goes on the right hero pretty early. 50% bonus damage. Mark them. How forgiving is this? It's pretty thin. It's Frostbolt thin. 8-second cooldown. That's pretty important to hit. That's a lot of bonus damage. 130 spell damage on it, too. That ain't bad. Let's see what the damage is. Whoa, look at that shape. Twin Cleave. 60 mana. 8 seconds. Throw 2 axes. Are these actually axes? They look like buzzsaws. Yeah, those look like buzz, but maybe they're just spinning too fast. In a circular arc dealing damage, but you can get hit by both. 15% slow per axe. How do you... So you can't affect the actual size of the circle, but does it match my... It does not match my attack range. Oh! Huh. Interesting. So I would have to use this. Gosh, this is going to take a little bit of learning to use that guy. This would be more like they're running away, or I'm making an engage. So here we have Arthas. He's going to hit the wall. Once he gets to the wall and his minions die, he'll probably back up. And I would adjust out to my maximum range. And as I chase him here, I would let loose those in order to regain my position on him and continue the chase. That's interesting. 60 mana, 8 seconds. That's going to be expensive if you miss. That's going to cost you a lot. Regeneration, 75 mana. Another expensive. 15 seconds, 8 seconds, 8 seconds. Okay. Just seeing what the rhythm is here. We'd be attacking, and then I might put myself sideways. Speaking of which, toggle cooldowns here. How does it affect the arc if I move? No, it does not return to me. Zuljin channels to regenerate 25% of his maximum health over 4 seconds. Moving while channeling or taking damage will interrupt this effect. Well, it's 25% of my maximum health. Nothing really fancy about that. Should just do exactly what it says. Ooh. That's fun. Do you get interrupted by dots such as Lunara's poison or Gul'dan's corruption when using E? Unaffected. Yeah. Wow. And then we have a trait. Passive. Zul'jin attacks 1% faster for every 1% of maximum health missing. Activate to increase the basic attack damage by 25%, but consume 2 maximum health per attack. Someone's gonna drain Morales' mana, but could just wreck everything. So a way to reduce your own health. 1% faster. For every 1% missing. Wow. That's going to stack up pretty fast. I'm guessing that's right here. Berserker, increase attack speed as health gets lower. 2%. 2%, so that means I'm getting 2%. But it's not turning off my passive regeneration. We just had a little tick back up there. So that's good. Already, you can start to feel that going. Can I kill myself with this? Will this kill me? Jeez, look at him go. Great effect, too. With the tattoos there. I'm curious how this will affect the skins. Wow, you cannot kill yourself. Makes sense. Why would you want to die? You probably can't even stutter step fast enough. Boy, he could easily be an immortal killer for Battlefield of Eternity already. Just plant your feet and go. Gonna burn through those attacks real fast. That's all enemies, right? So that would work on the Battlefield of Eternity Immortal for 3 attacks. Let's see what's at level 1 then. Bone Slicer. Grievous Throw now pierces through all enemies, and the bonus damage is increased by 15%. That seems fantastic. Wouldn't I want that for lane clear, perhaps? Particularly my favorite little part of lane clear, when you're just sort of gathering the XP for your team and you sort of catch it out early. Well, we completely missed there. And of course, we have no cooldowns at the moment. So then I would sort of go around over my 8 seconds and touch up everybody. Well, you know, that's actually not too swift. In my head, that feels better. Not exactly a blizzard. Arcanite Axes. Passive, while below 50% health, ability power is increased by 25%. Oh, nice. Passives are good. Lower the cooldown of Twin Cleave by 0.5 seconds for every hero hit. I'm glad it has a passive, because that ain't happening anytime soon. If I hit the same hero twice, do I get a greater reduction? Well, we have to hit the hero first. Oh, that's not going to tell us. We got to actually keep our cooldowns on. Let's do it sideways. Yeah, okay. So if you hit a hero twice, you get a little bit bonus reduction as well. Really, it's the passive that would interest me here. This is going to have sporadic use. And for most players, I find if you have a cooldown reduction that's not a really big cooldown, like a heroic, you're going to end up missing it. And there's no point in taking the talent like Trump for it on Li Ming if you're not going to fire it the second it becomes available. Fire it 2 seconds late and it's already a wasted talent. So that passive is very interesting. Particularly if you're going into something like Arthas now, who has that resistance to auto attacks, his armor. You want Axe. Every 5 basic attacks against heroes increases Zuljin's basic attack damage by 1.5. After attacking a hero, well, heroes, 120 times, his attack range is increased by 20%. Okay, hang on. Would 20% match me with my twin cleave? And if it does, we just found a very easy way to play. Is this actually going to give me sweet stacks? Let's go ahead and Taz Dingo it. And burn through these as fast as possible. How many we got to get? 120 times. This could take a while. The quest just keeps on going. It doesn't stop. Oh, it's uncapped. Okay. It completes at 24 stacks. My range is up. Cool. Oh, it's all glowing. Right. Yeah. Oh, right. Yes. So we have completed it. So 20% does not... No. That's a shame. That's a shame. I was hoping, of course, that that would allow it to be very powerful and really ease of use for the twin cleave. But that is not the case. Let's go ahead and reset the talents, and he has to advance. Okay, 20% isn't actually that far. For now, that it sounds real quiet now that that's done. But for now, let's just go with Bone Slicer because it's easy? I honestly don't know. It depends what sort of things we can augment our basic attacks with later on. But let's advance. Let's go with Bone Slicer for now and see what the higher levels lead us to.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
Troll Blood. Regeneration healing amount increased by 75%. This is 25%. That sounds like awful math. Interesting. And now I heal? Okay. So that'd be almost 50%, more like 40 or something like that. That's alright. Maybe I'm solo laning, but I've already called for the first objective. Maybe we have a Brightwing healer or something like that. I might want to take something along those lines. Let the killing begin. When Zuljin kills an enemy, his attack speed is increased by 6%, up to 30% for 15 seconds. If you actually got 30%, you killed the whole enemy team and you wouldn't need attack speed for 15 seconds. Well, just maybe to destroy the sweet building. Hero takedowns instantly grant 30% attack speed. Oh. So killing this guy gives me 5% or 6% because he's an enemy. And I can build up to 30% with a 15-second duration on it. Then if I kill a hero, I get the full amount of 30% for 15 seconds. And as long as I can attack something, I'll have that bonus speed. And now I'm at maximum. And now I could go sort of stutter step into another lane. Or head over to the objective. And as long as I'm attacking something, that bonus attack speed will remain with me. But killing a hero instantly pops it out. Killing a single enemy that's not a hero only gives me 6%. Clearing a whole lane would give me the full amount. That makes sense. That's really powerful. And, of course, I would want something like U1 Axe with that one. Headhunter. Cooldown 60 seconds. Get a takedown on all unique enemy heroes. Activate to reveal all enemy heroes for 4 seconds. Since Arthas is the only enemy here, would that mean that if we kill him, we could then reveal him? There's the button, ready to go. 1 minute. There's my list of heroes to kill. That's pretty darn cool. But Arthas isn't on there, so I don't know if he'll work here. As he walks away, or just straight up dies. Yeah, we're not going to be able to see that, but I'm guessing this would give you a list of 5 heroes to kill on the enemy side. As long as you killed each one, you would be able to reveal them once per minute. An interesting feature. Could be useful. Certainly a nice sort of quick match thing. Reveals, too, which would work on stealthies. Would it reveal? No, not anymore. Because they are revealed, but they no longer lose stealth and the benefits thereof. That was part of that Samuro patch they did about 2 months ago. Cool. I like it. Let us advance. Though right now, let the killing begin, and you on Axe is looking mighty tempting. Let's jump up to 7 so we can see the actual numbers of that value. So let's imagine here that we're going for some auto attacks to kick some butt, to do some stutter stepping. Vicious assaults. Increase the number of bonus damage basic attack hits from Grievous Throw to 6. Basic attacks against afflicted heroes reduce the cooldown of Grievous Throw by 2 seconds. Well, hot darn. Reduce the cooldown of Grievous Throw basic attacks against afflicted heroes. Wow. 2 seconds, 8-second cooldown, 6. Jeez. Alright.
Choose a talent.
Let's do that Bone Slicer. Of course, we won't actually get through all those on this lane, but let's see what it does to Arthas here. And if that 2 seconds actually just means we can kind of spam that thing. 50 mana, though. Maybe in the real world we won't have the mana to spare in these sort of situations. Oh, that's a lot of hits. Wow. Oh my god.
Enemy slain.
Well, that is destructive. Interesting. We should probably change our enemy hero to someone who doesn't have the brand new armor reduction. What would Zuljin fight? He hates elves. Sylvanas is undead, but she was part of that. Night elves, not really. It was high elves. Sadly, I can't actually pick a skin for anything like that. I guess Kael'thas is a blood elf. Let's grab Kael'thas. Wrong place, wrong time. If an enemy is hit by both twin cleave axes at the same time, they take bonus damage. At the same time. Well, pretty clear we're not going to be able to do that. We're already sort of making sure these ones on the side are so much easier to judge, at least from our current position. But let's actually see what that damage looks like.
Choose a talent.
And let's do, we got Arcanite Axes. We can take ourselves below 50% health here in a moment. I guess with this one, it really could be anything at this level. But it's got to hit both at the same time, right? So here's 147. Actually, I didn't actually see it in there. Oh, there's the crit. Okay. Wow. So that does more damage than the actual single hit does. Let's see what that feels like on our new Kael'thas here. We can also activate and maybe go below 50% health to get that bonus we gave ourselves. Man, pretty substantial little bit of health, but why do that when you can just auto-attack him and destroy him? It's really not much of an improvement when you could just wail on his face with free auto-attacks rather than even taking the chance to miss with your twin cleave. But we'll see what people can come up with later on. Recklessness. While Zul'jin is below 50% health, his basic attack damage is increased by 25%. Well, that's pretty obvious what we would do there. You want Axe, let the killing begin. Recklessness. Gosh, we're swimming in a sea of passives, which are fantastic. Really, the only one we have to keep in our head is, well, a little bit of everything, of course, but let the killing begin would need some management. Basic attack damage is increased by 25%. Jeez. Pretty obvious what that's going to feel like, but let's actually go ahead. We'll speed this along. Take some boss damage. 68, and we went up to 219. 219 ain't a bad auto attack at level 7. And it doesn't really have any what-if statements beyond being below 50% health, which will be very achievable, particularly if you are left alone on the objective while everyone else zones on battlefield. Let's go to 10. Already, I think I'm just loving these passives. Nice and easy stuff with this Vicious Assault thing. We'll see what happens later on. Tazdingo. For the next 4 seconds, Zul'jin is unkillable and cannot be reduced to less than 1 health. Tazdingo. 60-second cooldown, 50 mana. That's not insane on the mana front. Full minute cooldown though. Will you just get stuck not using it? Maybe. The level 20 augment to it's so powerful that maybe we actually pick it for that, and this is more just to get out. But we could get crazy. Guillotine. Zul'jin launches a massive axe into the air that drops on the target area, dealing 305 damage, not bad. Plus bonus damage the lower his health is. I'm guessing that is proportional to my Berserker, most likely. Well, let's feel Tazdingo.
That was rather entertaining.
4 seconds is a very long time in a MOBA. Arthas, or Kael'thas here is just melting. Let's see what poor Kael'thas thinks, though,
Choose a talent.
of my guillotine. And let's go ahead and give me some ability power. Here, this really doesn't matter at the moment. Apex, that's just ability damage. Let's lose some health. Actually, let's do full health first. A little bit of cast time on that guy. That's interesting. Sort of got to do your little troll dance there. Looks great, though. What's the range? Oh, my goodness. A very large range indeed.
Slain.
Well, darn. That's a good... Oh, here it is. Current damage. I actually get to see what the damage is before I cast it? What? Cooldown 45 seconds. That sounds pretty good to me. I'm not going to grab that orb, because I want to be lower health. Let's actually take even more damage. Let's see how big you can make this thing go. Already have 1,000 at level 10. Oh my goodness. I do need to auto-attack, though, to keep lowering my health. So what if I went and took a camp, and then I sort of sneak up on Kael'thas? Wait. Oh! Oh, right, because I took Arcanite Axes. That increased my ability power while below 50% health by 25%. Oh my goodness. That's not accounted for here. My 1,500. Oh my... Jeez, okay. Wow, that's pretty cool. Alright, let's imagine a more real scenario here. I'm all fresh. Kael'thas is in lane. Now let's get fully healed. And now I'm gonna go do a mercenary camp. Nice talents, Arthas. Taking quite a bit of damage. But that's how I want it right now. Uh-oh. This is gonna be close. Okay. Wow, perfect. Oh, I grabbed a... Darn, I grabbed an orb. Alright, so I go do a siege camp. I don't grab my orb. And then we kill Kael'thas with 1,853 damage. Holy heck. I guess in this style, it wouldn't be too bad for me to grab up Troll's Blood, since I'm doing like this weird behind-the-trees chromey business. Pretty dangerous, of course. You could definitely get picked off. But oh my goodness. Wow. So we've sort of... Well, it's now I'm really hitting a wall, right? With this build, I clearly want a Tazdingo. So let's go with this one, because it's kind of the obvious what I would be using him for. Battlefield of Eternity kind of situation. Pure of purpose. Eye of Zuljin. Hitting an enemy hero with Grievous Throw increases Zuljin's movement speed by 25% for 2 seconds. Hot dang, that'll ruin anything you're doing with Twin Cleave, but there's certainly a pick all the pictures Grievous Throw build waiting for us. 25% for 2 seconds, that ain't bad. Forest Medicine. Regeneration no longer has to be channeled, allowing Zuljin to perform other actions while regenerating. However, taking damage will still end the effect. You know, let's just... Does the music still play? It does. It's such a good spell effect with him down on his knee. I don't know if I'd want to ruin that. Of course, you could run away, wiggle around, dodge skill shots. You wouldn't want to ever stand still against Chromie, right? This may be a way to sort of continue the high health if the situation calls for it. Certainly a quick match talent, perhaps. Voodoo Shuffle. Activate to remove all current roots and slow effects. We need a type of effect that is the Zarya Tolvesty business. Graviton Surge. What is a suck? What does a suck count as? Because currently it's not a root, and so there's no way to reduce those sorts of things. And a stun, I think, is what's really going to destroy him. Roots will hurt a lot. Slows will hurt a lot. That'd be very situational. Malfurion, right? That might be all we need it for. Swirling Death. Twin Cleave Axe cycle twice and can hit enemies on each revolution. But the cooldown is increased by 4 seconds. That cooldown doesn't matter to me. It's so situational. I got to be in a good position for it. I doubt I'll cast it every 8 seconds with a 60 cost mana. So I like that a lot. That's a good augment. Increase the slow amount for each twin blade cleave axe by an additional 15%. Oh, each axe. 60% slow, you say? That's a powerful slow. Increase the attack speed bonus of Berserker by 40%. By 40%. Let's try Swirling Death, though. Is anyone actually going to stand still with the axes going to allow me to get that out? Yeah, it seems a shame to not take advantage of the apex if we're doing the spin, but they're going to move, aren't they? That really does strike me as a... It's kind of like a Monster Hunter Vala build with the Hungering Arrow business versus just straight auto-attacking the Immortal down to death. We're just gonna have to figure out over time which one's actually better in those cases. I mean, clearly, that's gonna be very powerful with the keep spinning against a target that's just gonna chill when we get our range right. That's gonna be a lot of damage output. Yeah, that's a lot of bursts, but who's going to stand still for that? I think versus real heroes based on the map, we can certainly do this ability damage build, but that would be more powerful against anyone who's going to stand still, maybe like a Nazebo doing a Ravenous Spirit build, maybe a Li Ming that likes to disintegrate, those sort of things, punish guys who stand still. Otherwise, I think you should just auto-attack and stutter step and stay mobile. And we'll go ahead and get that increased attack speed bonus. So we can just do a single attack here. 3%. And without that talent, 2%. Cool. Simple enough. Definitely adds up quite a bit. Armani Resilience. When Taz Dingo ends, Zul'jin heals for 50% of the damage he dealt during Taz Dingo. That combos well with Medivh and other sort of shielding ideas. Only 3 options. At level 20, a bit of a bummer there. Twin Cleave, and the range on Ensnare doesn't actually match the range of Twin Cleave. And it's shorter than Grievous Throw as well. Oh, nice effect, though.
I see what you think.
I find that disappointing. Could be the go-to, but really, I mean, think of your marked for the kills on Greymane, right? The sheer chance to miss is just too high on a minute-long cooldown for me to really be excited about it.
Choose a talent.
Let's see instead if we do our sweet magic build. I guess in this one we are purposely taking ourselves very low, so we do Troll Blood? Actually, we might just do Headhunter to shoot over walls. Actually, that probably is what we'll do. We'll go with Troll Blood for now, but Headhunter is kind of cool. Then we went with Apex because we have spell damage. Guillotine, Forest Medicine, sure, in that particular build. And then we'll do... I think you can lead with this well enough, and it has a large enough splash area. Look at that, actually. You can see the shape there on the ground over me. So we do Swirling Death in this case. Buzzsaw. After impact, the guillotine continues forward, dealing 50% of guillotine's damage to enemies in a line. What does that mean? Oh! That's quite a bit of space. That could destroy a whole team, given what we tried out so far. Wow! Alright, Kael'thas, get on out here. Do the wrong place, wrong time, so we can back this up, maybe. There we go. He met right in the middle. We are out of health. Was there anything else I need to do? No, I just need to be below 50% health. No other factors, really. I don't even really need the cleave. So this would go in a straight line that way, based on my location. Interesting. 45-second lane clear, maybe? It would work.